What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Oh man, a little 1-2 punch from the market. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one today. Hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys had a great night. Hope you guys are ready for today, because today could be interesting. It I would say I'm surprised we have a little gap up, but not really. Not really that surprised. The entire market is headline driven. So when that occurs, anything could happen at any point. Let's just go back before we even get to the daily chart. Let me just go to a 15-minute from yesterday. I'm sure most of you guys were hanging out in the markets yesterday, but let's just do a little recap on that. I'll pull it up here on the middle screen. What a day of just absolutely crushing every bull bear option calls. Like the only way to make money yesterday, which yesterday was a decent day, but it was to get into something at the right time and just take whatever profits to try to let them run like crazy. I mean, you had what looked like that little dead cat bounce from a few days ago, or probably at this point a couple weeks ago, where the market was down and then all of a sudden just ripped all day. There was no pullbacks. It looked like we had one of those in the cards, and then all of a sudden just big massive drops and just everything was just wild. So we get in anybody that's like, okay, that was a pretty weak close yesterday. I'm going to get some puts in my portfolio, hold those things overnight. Why would you want to hold the time bomb? I don't know. But yeah, you're waking up. They're down massively. Probably some shorts. You had some good volume on that last 15-minute candle. That was a strong close. No wick, no nothing. Right at double bottom, good volume. And all of that is being broken out of. So relatively, even though we're not gapping out of the high of the day, it is a fairly good gap in the market. We are crushing through any volume candle, which was this one. Even this one's more bullish, but we're crushing through that candle on a 15-minute. We're crushing through this one. Toward the end of the day, volume picked up those two candles, even this third one. So I would say that there's a lot of bear traps in the market right now. I think overall we still trend down, but we might get some kind of a silly little pop it open, maybe into the 425 range. I was looking at something on the hourly chart for SPY yesterday, and this is not including any pre-market or anything like that, but there's our downtrends, and we're gapping up slightly outside of that downtrend into the 21. I don't know. I think it's going to be a day of patience. Really, we're with all of this move pre-market, aren't we just retesting that doji on an hourly chart? So again, we're trapping people, but we're into a little bit of resistance. I would be probably a little patient and open. I'm here all day with the real life family team. So we have some time to make some money today. We don't have to rush right at the open, because honestly, the other thing too is the news that we're gapping up on is that there's talks of peace treaties. That's the fourth time, I think. I'm trying to count, but I think that's the fourth time that's come out with that news. The same news we've done. I think the first time the news came out is when the market ripped. Every time it comes out since, people get a little bit more suspicious, I think. So I would if you did buy at the end of the day, again, it was a tough time to do it. I think you had more shorts coming in at the end of the day than you did longs. So I think there's a couple more people trapped. Maybe some people just trying to wiggle out of this thing. Qs, if we get a target, like a really bullish day, I think would be 336.06 would be my target for the Qs. SPY, like I said, we might hit 430 on the SPY on a really bullish day. But I think honestly, yeah, maybe we go a little higher. 431 could be in the cards. if today turns out to be an extremely bullish day, but we'll have to see. Technically, we're still inside day at this point, so we didn't actually break out of the range. Nothing too crazy yet, but there is a gap. And I mean, if, like I said before, if you're profitable on something, take your profits. This is not the market environment to want to sit hold. As much as I want to look at technicals, all the technicals could be negated as soon as a headline pops out. So we'll be careful. We'll try to take out targets. We'll try to build slowly. Probably my first trade of the day, if I could get it. We'll see what it is, but probably a 1.2. I'm going to try to get like a 1.2R just to lock in some kind of profit. And then maybe the next one we could try to go for a little bit more, just kind of play the numbers solely for today. But we'll see how it goes. Again, you did just make new highs. You started getting some volume in on the SPY on a 5-minute chart. So there's some volume down there. We're already trapping anybody that just took that breakout. So we'll be patient. We'll see. We'll again, overall, I think my sentiment is still very bearish on the market, because the other question that I would have to ask is, does this market, if war ends today, so if the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, they shake hands and that's all good. One, we have sanctions coming in on Russia still. I don't think we're pulling those, which, like Biden said, they do take a while to kick in, so they haven't actually done anything yet. But they will take a while. Is this CPI numbers? No, we don't have CPIs. I think it just another headline just popped out. I think it looks like you're getting some activity. Let's see if we can find that headline. Something just broke. Some kind of news, something. I don't know what it is, but gotta stay on your toes. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything yet. If you guys find anything, post it in the chat, but I'm not seeing anything as of yet. So we'll see. Something that looks like a news break, news candle. You're getting a little bit of a rip on every basis on that point. It's almost like we'll go through some stocks. We'll go through the ones that we're trading. Also, if you guys have any stocks, Bloomberg has something. All right, let's see if Bloomberg. Something about Zelensky. Couldn't catch it. Okay. Woodshed he just found some extra money in the couch. He's like, I'll buy the SPY, and that's the reason for that. But yeah, we'll go through. We'll just see where we're at with some of the stocks that we're trading, just to get an idea for the 6th. But if you guys have other tickers you want to throw in the chat pane, YouTube or this chat pane, by all means, go ahead. We got about 21 minutes to make our journey through our pre-market prep. And Nvidia, so Nvidia is bouncing. So Nvidia is going to qualify for a 3-minute play. That's the one good thing, is at least at open again. Not that I'm really want to take anything bullish bearish, but yet I kind of want to see how the market reacts at open. I think it's going to be a wild one, but we should at least this point qualify for Nvidia and probably most things. But Nvidia is gapping outside of yesterday's range. We did have a little bit of a high wave, which is just purely indecision. Again, we have all our moving averages coming down on it, so we would need something massive. I mean, we would need something massive to really start breaking us through all those moving averages. So you're pushing all of these pops, or I think opportunities to just get some protection, get some call, get some puts. But initial target at least would be probably about 229 or 230 today. I think if we do go massively bullish, probably 236.72 would be target for Nvidia. Let's pull up Tesla. So Cam got it. Cam says, aid to Ukrainian President Zelensky, says Ukraine is ready for a diplomatic solution with Russia. Okay. All right. So we're hearing it from Zelensky wants to make some kind of a deal. The other shoe, the other shoe on that foot. We'll see if they agree to a deal or not. But we'll see. hopefully we get some kind of ending to that. I don't, again, I still don't trust it until we have the agreement. And even after the agreement, at some kind of like weird level, I don't know, call me a skeptic, but I just don't know how this, I don't know the longer term implications from the entire situation. And then already I think the US put out a statement which is again, that's going to be interesting, but they said if China doesn't start banning a lot of their products, they're going to get sanctioned as well. So now we're kind of pushing it over to China, which they're a sleeping bear we don't really want to mess with. I don't think. I think it just, but whatever. I mean, that's the situation. Tesla is done. So Tesla actually doesn't qualify. Nvidia does. AMD definitely does. So AMD, nice gap. We'll see if Tesla can get some legs and be able to break out of yesterday's high. But AMD, actually we don't. We don't quite. We'll have to see. It's going to be a game time decision on AMD. Again, if this thing does start ripping bullish, I mean, realistically, I don't think AMD has a lot of room to the upside right now, unless some crazy news comes out. We also have they're not talking about it that much, but there is definitely a chip shortage that's increasing. Like we have, I think that's going to be one of the next stories that you start to really be hearing mainstream is chip shortage. So like pricing is increasing and the amount of chips is actually becoming a relatively serious problem. So again, it's not really been talking about. I think we're getting a little clouded with the Ukraine Russia news, which happens every 15 minutes, something new on a news cycle. So for ratings wise, that's going to be covered more. But if Zelensky does make a deal with Russia, I think we start to hear, and nothing happens with China, I think we start to hear more about the chip shortage, probably more front and center, because that's going to affect a lot of things as well. But game time decision on AMD. Again, I don't really see too much of an upside. Again, if we do break out of this 10 EMA, my next stop would be probably closer to about a 150. On to the next prices. Yeah. As soon as there's a peace treaty agreement, we'll find a new topic. But again, if there's no war, let's say war, I do think in some sense, and we'll keep going through stocks, but in some sense, I think that realistically, if there, I think what happened, like, so let's go back to 2020. I think a lot of like the stay at home play or people working from home, I think that was something that was going to happen anyway, right? Like, I think eventually we were going to get to a point in society where people are like, we have the technology, we don't have to go to the office. Like, there's not a lot of reason, or I mean, companies are saving money, not utilizing the space, and people just have internet connections. That's a lot cheaper than paying a landlord. So I think we were going to get to that point anyway. I think COVID pushed us a lot quicker in that direction. So I'm kind of under the same belief today that with inflation, with pricing, with the fact that we have to increase rates, we have a lot of underlying issues, I think, in the actual economy as a whole. And so I think we were headed down anyway, but I think the Ukraine-Russia situation just helped escalate us quicker in that direction. No, war doesn't fix the inflation issue. Yeah, no, I agree. War is not going to help. Whether we have a Ukraine-Russia situation or we don't, I think the economy as a whole is on straws right now. I think today actually the Fed stops quantitative easing as well. So, we'll see how things actually start going when it's not lifted up all the time as well. Delta, again, inside day. Well, we're outside of yesterday's day's range, so we could trade it today. We're still in with this massive volume to the downside. This looks relatively weak, even on a basis of a wave count. If technicals make sense anymore, this is a 1, 2, this is a 3. Even if we get some kind of a bounce, I do expect some kind of rollover. I do think there's a lot of cheap companies in the market. Delta would be one of them, but obviously with the oil pricing and the Russia-Ukraine news should help these guys out a lot, because they're buying lots of oil, obviously, or gas. So we'll see what happens on this, but I think even if we get some kind of a bounce, maybe today $34. If we have a real exciting day, maybe 36 would be the high. So some room on that. I do like some things. I know it's not on the list, but like Airbnb, they actually had a green positive day, so they held up very well yesterday. We are gapping up, so I expect some kind of a fade today somewhere at open, or at some point. I think probably you get at least a retest of like 143-ish in that zone, but something like Airbnb, I think the Russia-Ukraine news of a peace treaty could help them a lot, considering that, I mean, just lots of travel is not happening. So that would maybe free up some stuff if people want to travel after this. I don't know. But we'll see. And then we got AAPL. They had Apple Day yesterday. I think they pretty much threw the kitchen sink out there. I think they came out with a cheaper, or how do they put, more affordable iPhone that they're throwing out there. I think they made mention of a new MacBook. They didn't quite give the details. They said we'll wait for another meeting. There was another one or two things that they had in their meeting that newer products. Again, here's Apple not gapping outside of yesterday's range, and we're getting right back into those moving averages. So do I trust these bounces? If you couldn't tell, probably not. Roblox, I didn't even look at yesterday. I was off yesterday. I was trading the markets, but I didn't even look at Roblox, so I have no idea how this one did. Had a little bit of a head and shoulders, started fading a little bit, and we're pretty much gapping out to the highs. Might be game time decision if this is gapping above yesterday's range or not for 10 EMA strategy, but we'll see. And on a daily basis, you got, again, that 10 EMA right in our faces. Thomas had a nice trade. Yeah, I saw something. I don't know if it was 2 trades on Roblox. I know he had, I think, 2 trades. I don't know if one was Apple, one was Roblox, something like that. But for an official trade with real life trading, so he did have a nice trade on it. It works a little strange sometimes, but I like it. Run, I've been doing last 2 days. I've been doing very well with Run, so I'm going to be watching that one today. Might not be a trade for the journal, but if we watch it, we see something we like. I've been reading that chart fairly well. Actually, in a mentor group on Monday night, we set up a trade as the market was closed for a possible day trade for the next day. It wicked down at open, filled us on our entry, which was like somewhere right around here. It was actually a lot lower, so it was almost to the penny, and then to our target was up there, and that was a day trade we set up the night before. So but we are getting out of a little bit of a squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most of the run's probably done. Probably $33 will be the high of this one, unless it really starts to grow some legs, break out. But I probably see this one fading down. FSLR for solar. Just want to see how some of these clean energy plays are reacting. So they were a pre-market, they're down. So they're getting a little bit of an inverse. Let's check out oil real quick on that news. Oil fading relatively fast. Probably XOM, all those guys are going to get it on the chin today. Apple announced a new, cheaper iPhone, new iPad, a new, cheaper Mac, and so it's an interesting strategy for them because they've always been known as more expensive. So we'll see how that one plays out for Apple. I in one sense I like it because you're going to get your product into more hands of people that might not be able to afford it, and that's cool. And especially with the ecosystem that they have, that's going to allow them to just kind of push a lot of their additional services onto people. But and maybe also could be a stepping stool too, where again, I don't know the functionality as far as what's limited on those products or what's not. But if you buy one Apple product, and what's the percent chance that eventually you upgrade to another, maybe more expensive Apple product at a later date? So I can see some strategy behind it, but again, kind of like when Facebook came out, it was the exclusive network, and just by having a pricing, the pricing ability of like we're more expensive, you kind of have a little of that exclusivity to it, in a weird way. But I don't know. We'll see how that one plays out long term. Otherwise, I still like Apple. It's not going anywhere, so I'm still holding it in the long term. ExxonMobil, yep. So they were actually down prior to that news. That news pushed them a little bit further. So ExxonMobil, which has just been on an absolute tear, is going crazy. Any other stocks that you guys want to look at or to pull up? DraftKings CEO Rock sent me this one. The CEO of DraftKings tweeted last night saying anybody that sold yesterday, their main mission, which I think is a good business model, but their main mission is to make everybody regret selling. Which is good change of pace. Which is good change of pace for DraftKings, because so far anybody that has sold has been very excited, especially if you shorted it. So, maybe he's throwing out that it's the bottom. I don't know. Maybe he's just getting a little bold strategy gotten, and maybe he's just getting a little freaked out. He's like, how come nobody likes me? Nobody wants me. Let's see, Peloton. Let's see some of these other names. I still like DraftKings and Airbnb are my two, but there's a lot of other companies, even Shopify, getting a little bounce on Peloton, nothing too crazy. GLD, gold dropping a little bit. So yeah, everything's kind of reacting off that news. I think that there's a little bit of a potential peace treaty. This was the candle with the big news. So now this is the candle I'm going to watch. Obviously, this is the most volume we've had. These two candles right here. So anything really starting to drop under 423.10 on the market, that's where I'm looking for some kind of just, we're probably, it's a blow off top, and we probably just fade right back down. What other news do we need to go up on? I mean, legitimately, like what news could possibly come out? And at this point, probably only negative news that we just faked you out again. That's it. So if we do start fading under there, we're going to start looking a little bit to the weaker side. Go get some petroleum from Venezuela. Matt's asking what oil company. Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know. So I'm going to go with Greg Hill on that one. Also, guys, we've been talking a lot about the bear market, and I don't know. I wouldn't. For me, yeah, we've been going down. I don't think we're quite, technically speaking, in a bear market yet, but I think there's further pullbacks on the way. Obviously, as we're going down, some people, most people, it's astonishing actually how many people know or don't know that you can actually make money as the market goes down. So tonight we do the meetups. We have meetups all over the country as far as just virtual. I just threw a link into YouTube. I'll throw it into here as well, but into the real life trading chat. But for you guys that are unaware of how to short, why to short, when to short, what the benefit of shorting is, like these are the type of markets that will prove shorting works. We have Maloney, who's perma bear. She trades bullish too. She's a little sneaky. She does. I'm going short all the time, but she prefers to go short, but she'll play long as well. But you can make money in the market both ways. It's such a valuable tool. Maloney is going to be on the meetup with Greg Gilbert tonight. So make sure you guys click that link, just register. It's free. You guys could attend it. All the details should be in that link that I posted into the chats. But that would be definitely one you don't want to miss. And then Greg's group does meet once every month, just virtual, going over either new setups, going over trading styles, going over market conditions. Obviously, month to month, things in the market change. And also, that's a good opportunity to look at your plans too. So if you crushed it in 2020, if you crushed it in 2021, and all of a sudden the last couple months have been a little rough, it's not so much like don't freak out on your actual plan. Don't there's no reason to say, okay, this plan doesn't work anymore or these trades don't work. A lot of times what happens is your plan works great in that current market environment, and you might have to take a look to reanalyze it, and maybe it just does not work in the current market, which is either choppy or to the downside or something like that. So if you're a frustrated trader and you're like, I don't know, I was crushing it before, I don't know what's happening, it's not so much that your plan doesn't work, it's just that the market's not working with your current plan, and you might have an opportunity to reevaluate it and just check it out to see, what's working, what's not. So a good way to do that, check out that meetup group tonight with again, it's free, there's no cost to it. Anybody could join it, share it with a friend, it's all good. I won't tell anybody, but that would definitely be one that you guys want to join and pay attention to. Would I repost the link in chat? Yep. Let me know if you got that one. That's for Scott. But all right, guys, so how much time we got left? 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Market itself, Tesla's still kind of at that relatively decently strong resistance. We'll see if that one breaks through. Matthew Torres is in the house. What's up, buddy? Delta, again, just kind of waiting. Looks like Delta will qualify. AMD is still not there yet. Still not qualifying yet. Tesla's already selling off. A small little candle. I mean, small is apparently a $10 candle, so $8 candle. So we'll see. Again, I'm not trusting anything in either direction. My overall bias is bearish, but I'm going to trade the charts, not my heart, and I'm going to try to figure out which direction we could kind of make some money in. And my idea is to be open-minded and very fluid throughout the entire day, just because things will change with Scott says, actually, I'm not seeing any chat updates. Anybody else on YouTube? Are you guys able to see that link that I posted? I'll post it one more time here. Angela's in the house. What's up, girl? All right, we have, I just read through the link in, but I'm not sure if anybody else, and also, oh man, we got 48 seconds and we only have 11 likes on YouTube. Guys, I need you to smash that like button. I mean, a lot of things got hacked yesterday, so I don't know. This is a test. I just need to see if that like button got hacked. No link in YouTube. Why? It says say something. I'm saying something. I'll tell you what, send me an email and I'll also send you out the link today some point. It's just dan@reallifetrading.com. I'm not sure why that link is not posting into the chat, but my email is dan@reallifetrading.com. Just send me an email, just put in the subject line about the link, and I will get that out to you guys. Because I'm not really positive, but market is open. YouTube, I gotta run. We're gonna look for some trades at Real Life Trading, and I will catch all you guys later.